In marriage, who is the breast for? Is it for the woman, the husband, or the child? Well, we are about to get into it. This is Sauce and Pepper. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, the son of Peter Iduchi.
Yes,
it looks like this year he says he's not keeping quiet. He's going to speak up because there are a group of people who want to assassinate his character.
Who cares?
And he won't allow that. and one of the claims he was making is that his ex-wife, who was seeking public sympathy and maligning him, actually went for breast enlargement without his approval, without knowing.
How is that even possible? Why would she go for a breast enlargement without the approval of the husband? Why is he a useless statement?
How do you start your 2024 saying that you won't keep quiet? People are trying to assassinate your character, and then all your 2-page rant was about breast enlargement that you did not have approval for.
But of course, he should have been consulted before. As the
husband, that is
so you don't agree
but how can
that he's a shareholder
in the breast? He paid by for the breast.
So even if anything, there should be some consultation
let's start
and consent.
Let's start from the beginning. These people, they are not together.
Okay.
That assassination of character that he is talking about, it has nothing to do with his ex-wife or his first wife, or is it the second wife? As far as Queen May is concerned, she's no more with him because she publicly stated that she is moved out, she's moving on with her life.
But that's not how to get a divorce.
But they're in court.
Yes, but the court hasn't granted the divorce yet.
But the fact that the court hasn't granted the divorce doesn't mean I'm still married to you.
Doesn't mean you can get up and go and change assets that belong to me.
Assets that belongs to you.
Serious assets.
Assets that belongs to who? So I want to give background. You are no more together with the woman. They are in court. She has filed for divorce. She has filed for a divorce.
Yeah.
So that is clear out there. I was thinking the character assassination was coming to talk about how she moved out of the house and maybe he forced her or something. But she didn't. Actually, I've not seen the woman rant about anything. She only ranted about the fact that he got married without her knowing, and this wasn't their plan, and this wasn't how they plan to raise their family, and she won't tolerate it. And the annoying thing is the second woman in question is not quiet. There was a child all in the process. It was messy. That's 2022. So if you don't know about it, you know about it. That's 2022. 2023, it went quiet. They lost their first child. It went really quiet. I don't even know the scandal he's talking about. Maybe there was a time where she came out to say maybe she wasn't too well, but she's getting better. And you start new year, you start 2024 saying you won't let people assassinate your character. Fine, we've heard you. Nobody's even sat on your mouth not to talk. That you and your wife he and Judy, they talk the most.
Right.
Seriously, they talk the most. When the wife posts something, even if they've not mentioned their name, they always, you know how they say Ekutebia name. I don't know how to explain it to people who don't know. Like I've posted my something, I have not mentioned your name. You come and take it to World Cup.
He who the keeps fit. Let
them wait. Exactly. That is what they've been doing on all her posts the whole of life. And she's decided she's not going to give you guys the attention that she is. And then you start and you say you're talking about breast enlargement.
The first question is this. You see, all the legal gymnastics your friend is saying historical somersaulting she has tabulated right now. It's neither here nor there.
Okay, why do you say that?
See, the basis of what we are talking about is, did she get breast enlargement or not? Question number 1. Question number 2, are they divorced or not? These things they are, you see, cross-exam is yes or no.
Which one is cross-exam?
Please. It's a simple yes or no answer. And I believe the answer to all of this is a no and a no.
And a no and which no?
So the question is this. Are you still legally married to this man? Yes or no? It's a yes. Yeah. Do you still have his name? It's a yes. So the next question is, who whose is the breast you are carrying?
Wait, she still have. You are not serious. Wait, hold on.
And they say she and me have been interrupting here. You
the
spoke for
point is-
15 minutes and I conveniently kept quiet because I knew the line I was going
What do you mean by
keep quiet and let me
is
move
the
on.
breast
Woman.
for her?
Woman, keep quiet
Is
and
the
let
breast
me move on.
on him?
Hey,
Is it his body?
I'm asking a question.
Is it his body?
Are you the main queen?
No, I'm a woman, so I want to talk. Is
So
it his body?
wait, if they ask you your own question, you can answer your own answer.
Annoying.
So that's the contention now. So let me present my case. First of all, daughters, the children, let's push them aside. Yeah, because the breast is for them for 6 months. These days, their mothers don't have time to breastfeed. That is if they are lucky. Their mother even decides that I'll give you the chance to come and flatten my breast for me. So for them, they are aside. If a man sees a young lady passing somewhere in town or meets her wherever it is and decides that, oh, I like the specs I'm seeing. And the specs, he has appraised and evaluated and they fall within his ambitions and projections for his future.
Right.
And he decides to go and do the right thing, fulfill all righteousness for these assets. Please, legally, the wife cannot touch these assets without his consent.
Who said so?
Okay.
Which part of the marriage contract in Ghana says that the body of the woman is part of the
You
assets?
see,
of
I
the
didn't
man?
say I'm talking about legal issues. I'm talking about socio-traditional
Which
issues,
socio-traditional
which are higher than
Which
legal
social
issues.
traditional
Hey,
issues?
if Otunfo is able to say that he will decrease anything, no court.
Which social traditional issues?
Please, custodians.
The marriage we are talking about is
But let me
ordinance.
finish. Why can't I finish?
You
No, we are talking plenty.
Let him finish and then you
When I was appraising my assets, where was the court? When I was paying my bride price for the reason, and you said these days, fathers are charging bride price according to assets.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they are charging bride prices according to. If I tell the bride price, me I paid.
Which
Maybe
price
small.
would you pay?
You can open a beer bar. So, please, I'm telling you. So, after all of this, you cannot touch assets without consent. You have to say, oh, and even that one, it is the man who will say, oh, like, can we get some support, some medical support,
But there are other
surgical support?
Why you making
If the man hasn't complained,
there are other school of thoughts
reason
that
why I
says
should do
that my body, my choice.
No, there's
No.
not other school of thought. The woman's body is her choice.
Okay, so let's
The woman's
practicalize
body
it.
It's the woman who
Let's
determines
practicalize
whether she
it.
will carry a child for 9 months
That's
or
not what we are talking
Wait,
about.
It's
Are we
the
talking
woman's
about
body
child?
that decides to go through the changes of
We are talking
childbirth
about
and
you.
everything. It's the woman's body that gives her confidence. She says that I have gone through childbirth or I don't feel confident with the way my body looks. I want to enlarge my boobs. How the hell, like, if I'm obeying, like, how does it concern you?
How you say?
One.
Oh,
Two,
I see.
She's not even married
Okay.
legally to him. Like, okay, she's legally married, but they are not together. And
They are in the
in divorce
separation
process,
Doesn't mean that
separation. Even if they were,
all it takes
even
is for them
if
to
they
go
were
to
still
counseling and
together.
decide that they are going to be together.
I'm asking.
Because they've not finished the legal
Let me land.
processes.
You talk. Even if they were together, the man does not have the right to say you can't do this or you can do
Why
this.
not?
He can only suggest. She takes the final
No
decision
problem. So let me
about her
continue.
body because when she's going for that surgery, no doctor is going to say give us consent. You know, actually, when you're going to have when you're going to give birth and it's going to do CS, they ask for the father to give consent about CS. When you're going to do breast enlargement or you're going to do
That's tell you how useless that surgery is.
what's that then?
Surgery that
They will not-
Liposuction or whatever. Nobody asks for consent
That's
from your
why it's a
spouse.
very useless surgery.
Why?
Listen,
Okay.
important surgery, they will tell you, they'll tell you the man, because see, doctors, those doctors are very wise doctors. They know that there has to be consent from
Consent
the
for
man.
what?
And so when you are going for childbirth, C-section, they ask for the man must sign.
It's not C-section.
This thing. Child by C-section.
It was C-section. Cesarean section.
By C-section is
No, right now,
a
say
short
just one.
I'm pissed.
so,
I'm so pissed.
so the correct
How can you say that?
doctor knows that you have to get consent from whatever. Look, when you practicalize it, if you go and do this surgery and then you come back and like, no, I don't like what I'm seeing.
Damn, that is the point.
And then I decide that this is not the woman I married. Me, I like small breasts.
So keep
I don't
your small
like
breast
big
and go
breasts.
away.
And now the breast is like sugar bread.
Mr. Kwe, that is
It's
not
like-
good. You can't say that about somebody's body.
the one that she decided, not the one God gave her. Oh. The one that she had.
That is what gives her
Even
her
God
confidence.
is not even happy.
How do you know what God thinks?
You go and decide that you are going to change your breast into big breasts. And I don't like it. Then I have the right to,
So go
to
off.
decide.
So, exactly.
But say, so you
I
think
like
the
that
man
point.
don't
like that
have
point. Let me come back
any
on
right
that point.
at all?
Then let me come back
Don't
on
mind them.
that
Then
point.
you don't have any business getting married.
I
then.
want that point. I
Because-
never said the man doesn't have any right.
Okay.
I want to jump on that. It says then he will say he doesn't like that. Queen May does not like you anyway. She doesn't like the you anymore.
No,
She's
now
in
we
the
are not
process.
talking about that
Wait, I
specific,
get you.
this thing.
She's in the
We are
process
just
of divorce. So I don't
answering a simple
understand
question.
why the man is
Has she
even
told
ranting
you
about
that
breast
she's going to
enlargement.
get? Some
She
people
has found
start.
the divorce.
Some people just start the process of divorce just to get the man's attention, the woman's attention, so they can go and work on whatever
Please,
it is
if that's what
they
you
are
do,
working on.
it's not. It's not, you're not a
Until
serious
the
person.
papers are signed, until you drop. Yes, the papers are signed. Dropping the name is it. Until the papers are signed, you're not divorced. Separation is the process, in the beginning of the process of getting divorced, but it's not the divorce.
Damn, if I've lost it for you and I've
if-
already filed for divorce, I'm not asking you for any permission. In fact, no woman needs a permission
Don't go
to do
out
any
there,
breast
go to go and be
enlargement.
doing all kinds of
Seriously?
things. When you are married, it's right. It's not even only right. It's the right thing to do because
To get
you can't
consensus,
blame
right?
you can't blame your husband for taking any decision after you have gone to unilaterally do what it is you want to do to your body. It's not like the man to also decide that his D is big but it's small for him. Maybe he has gone to some public washroom and seen some things people are carrying and decide that, oh no.
I heard there's some
I need
12
to-
inches
I
you
need to
going
go
around.
and-
He
I
wants
need
to
to
get
go and
12
beef it
inches.
up. But you, the woman, you are struggling with the 4 inches that he already has. And he goes to do it, and the only time you find out is when he says "tada."
No, you see, my point is, I never said
It doesn't make any
she does-
sense. Then you're not ready to even get married.
I'm not saying it's the word permission that I am
Yes.
saying.
Uh-huh. So
No, there is
say-
nothing
The
like
same way your
permission.
husband needs the permission.
There's no permission.
this woman still bears the name of this man.
Forget
so
the name.
you don't think it's even a call for consent for him
It's not
because
permission.
his name is still attached to this woman.
But people, today you can go to Registrar General, get an affidavit, and decide that my name from today on is Dennis K. Doesn't have to have anything. Doesn't have to be linked to any family tree. Signed, stamped, go and gazette it, and from that day on you be called Dennis K. Who is K?
That K, if that Dennis K was an armed robber, wouldn't you have dropped this quick? You would have dropped this quick.
So-
but because the Idochi name carries a lot of, in fact, in that divorce, the lawyer should appraise the value of that name, the monetary,
value
the
of
monetary
it?
consequence of
Please,
bearing that
yeah,
name, which is already enjoying with endorsements and things.
She's been getting her endorsements
You get what I'm saying?
before.
So the name, you are getting the benefits of the name. You say you don't have to ask his permission
Why-
because you are separated.
It's a word permission that we are
That's the
arguing over.
point.
Why are we still arguing over permission? No woman needs to ask any man for permission
The
to
same
do
way
anything
a
to her
man,
own body.
if you want to do something to your body that affects your wife in that marriage that you've decided to be in, you need her permission as well.
I
It's like
disagree.
tying your tubes. You know, people have gone to tie their tubes and done vasectomies without the consent of their partners who want extra children, and they mischievously have prevented that ever happening without telling them. When they find out, I think that's grounds for divorce. That level of deception is grounds for divorce.
But how does my enlargement of
don't
breast
you agree? I
compare-
mean, when we turn
compared
the
to-
tables, when the tables turn,
The tables turn, you go and enlarge his deep.
and he's shooting empty, and now you want a kid, and the kid is not coming. Don't you think?
So you see, it is my body. I have confidence issues with my body.
When you went to counseling, they told you there's nothing like me in a
That
marriage.
is what the point I'm coming to. You can do consensus. Like, this is
So
what
if
I
you're not
want to
reaching the
do.
consensus,
Then I take my decision for
then
me.
the men can also decide to take their
I
decision
take
from
decision
there
for
because
me.
Wow.
Because I have to do what's best
how
for
is this
me.
not
Wow,
straightforward?
you know what?
It's important everybody does.
breast
I think the
breast
audience
enlargement
really have to help us here. Let us know what you think in the
serious.
comment section.
It's
And
best
whilst
for
you are
her.
doing that, don't forget to subscribe. This is Sauce and Pepper. It's getting heated here. Look,
She has to do what's best for her. So if today, she decides that I don't want the breast enlargement anymore, I'm going to take it out. It's her body. She takes the risk. The risk, his
they are so going to bash you
escalation,
in
right?
this video.
His escalation on
I can see it.
his escalation on the his escalation. Oh, his escalation on his 2-page rant was, God forbid, if something had happened to her, they would say that
Exactly.
he killed her. Dad, she went. People go to do this every
so
day,
say,
and they die. Nobody
this
blames
is the
anybody.
consent.
It's a decision for themselves.
You
That's why they sign the consent from themselves.
But you go on social media, letting the audience know or netizens know that, oh, you are feeling well and you are not getting attention from this man
She
who
didn't say that.
didn't even
She
know
didn't
that
say
you
that.
you
She
went.
did not say that.
One of the reasons is because the woman is maligning
say
him on
that.
social
The woman
media
is not
for
maligning
for
him.
not being
The woman is
supportive,
not
for not
maligning
being
anybody.
supportive.
Da. When
Meanwhile,
he
you've
decided
gone to
go
do
and take
something
another
he's not
woman.
even aware. But for fairness sake, don't you think for some, or you don't see how serious this is? For you to change something a man, this is what a man
It's like
has.
2 against 2.
You are paid by price.
Then why you choosing
I-
a boy?
no,
You're
I'm not-
supposed to
yes,
choose a
yes.
boy.
He's a man.
Charlie. I just lost my credibility. I just lost my credibility.
He was a man before he became a host.
I just lost my credibility. No, what I'm trying to ask is,
Dennis has picked the side because we are talking about
listen,
breast enlargement.
so-
you guys are going
no.
2 against 1. Okay, let's go.
all I want to find out is, don't you think changing your body is a serious matter?
It's a serious matter to who? To me.
to you.
Good.
And in this case, you are married. So now it is not about you alone anymore. Don't you agree?
I agree.
So
Now-
don't you think you need a consent or a consensus between you and your man?
That is the part I'm coming to. That consensus, I agree, but permission, I disagree. Now let's come here. One, this
So-
is
Lack
is
of
there-
consensus will always come down to permission.
why the hell should I
Because-
leave my body to the man to decide on what I do on my body?
See, where consensus breaks down is a simple yes, I want to do it. No, I don't want you to do it. Entrenched position. In this particular
but
case,
entrenched
there's
position,
no
you have
middle ground. You are either getting the surgery or you are not. We can't get it. You go and get a half
but
surgery.
we could no.
How?
You can actually come to a conclusion. Okay, maybe I'm choosing a D cup. So a D cup is too much for me. Maybe you can do a C cup. A C cup is smaller. We
I
can
like
come
it
to
the way it is.
I don't want it the way it is. I don't feel confident
That's the
about
point.
my
So there
body
will
anymore. I
never
want
be.
a change.
There will never be a
I
consensus.
don't really know. See,
It's like childbirth. Where I believe that the woman's body is hers is when things that will change her body, like childbirth. So you, the man, you want 3 children, and the woman says, for my career and for my body, biological, I cannot do 3 children. In fact, it's not even about the 3. You can say, okay, then do 1 or 2. Not even that. I don't want another child. You need a woman's permission.
You do.
Apart from that, biologically, you can't have.
I'm going to say you don't have any choice.
The biologically, you can't have the
yourself.
child. No, you still need the woman's permission.
That is already-
And you don't even have the right to go and take any action outside of the marriage because she doesn't want to have a child, because that changes go on in her body. So in that case, you even need the woman's permission to agree.
No, but you see,
it's not a consensus thing. It's the same way. Because men marry wives based on their looks to some extent, and then other things. So if that look is going to change, it's like we've signed a contract and then you are you are changing the contract without my consent.
Do you agree?
Now let me come to the point.
Then it means you are ready that I'm still going to take this, and if it means let's cancel the contract, we cancel it. That's your stance, basically.
Of course, she's already in the process of cancelling her contract.
We are talking about
generally, but in this particular case, she was already in the process of cancelling the contract. Now, this is what I want to come to.
Right.
Just as it's agreed that childbirth changes a human body, I don't know why she went for her breast enlargement if she did, based on what the man is saying, or her lipo if she did, based on what the man is saying. But when you have a child, your body goes through changes, and most of the time those changes affect a woman's confidence. And if I'm a woman who is done with my childbearing years, definitely I'm not going to have any child with you again, because of course you've had another woman who's going to have children with you in this instance. But generally, if I'm a woman who is done with my childbearing years and I feel that I'm not confident in my body, I want to change something. Actually, the point you are making, childbirth has actually reduced what the breast used to be.
But I still like it like that. I don't like it any bigger.
The children have sacked the breast. It makes it flatter. I wanted to go back to my original state. That is what will boost my confidence. I don't see why you, the man, a supportive man, actually would even stand in that stand against me in that position.
So, Mr. Ko,
Because it's not the natural breast.
So you
you like your things natural.
I'm
give you one reason why a man will say that I still like the flat breast.
God forbid if she has breast cancer and she had to cut the breast and they have to.
That's a different conversation altogether. That's a different. That's not a voluntary.
In that way, the breast becomes a natural breast.
No, but it's still natural.
Which they said they are cutting and they are going to fix another one, which is
they are not fixing.
They can do that.
That's totally that's inevitable. That's that one you are choosing between the breast and the life of the person's life. That's a different conversation.
Her confidence is important to her.
You choose life, not breast.
Yes.
Right.
You choose life, not breast. Depending on the particular head you are thinking with.
Well, really, I really don't see why he is ranting in the year 2024 that just started about breast enlargement that he was not informed to. This breast enlargement, your new partner has this big breast already, so what's really his problem? Or he wants to keep one small and one big.
But that's why men go for other women.
So we are wrapping up. So we are wrapping. You agree with?
Wait. No, you were put in the small breast category. That when I feel for small breast, I know where to go, and when I want, I know where to go. Now you want to change the whole mutual peaceful dynamic.
Mutual peaceful dynamics. You know,
in the first place. Peaceful cohesion. It's like the moon wanting to be the sun. It will get bent. The moon knows its place. The sun knows its place.
Whether you're married or you're single,
the universe is balanced.
We
don't like that.
Well, you can see even in the studio, we've not been able to reach a consensus.
There's no consensus.
Let us know what you think. This has been Sauce and Pepper. And don't forget to subscribe.
You need permission.
No permission. Your body.